Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. Finally sitting down. Come home after a day at work, straight in the garden and 2.5 hours in the garden. Although, getting there. Anyway, so from Harbour. Not had a beer from Harbour for a while. Good friends with Cornish Brewery apparently. So it's their Cornish Bitter. Obviously Cornwall, Verdant Country or Verdant, whatever you call it. Chilkillick Farm, Curland, Bodmin, North Cornwall, PL30. So 4% brewed in North Cornwall. Tasting notes: aroma is lemony hops, sweet cereal notes. Palate is sweet and zesty. Finish is clean, dry, moist bitterness. Feel something crawling on me or something. Ugh. Don't need that when I'm trying to do a beer review. So yeah, standard, I think that'd be 4%, won't it? Didn't see the ABV, to be fair. 4%. Yeah, I thought it was. I probably read it out, but... Oh, another week done. A good week. Kept away from politics this week. Smashed the work out the park. Then again, I pretty much always do anyway. But I put into plans in my own brain, at least. Plans I want to do, things I want to get accomplished before winter's over and spring kicks in. Although these days the seasons have changed merrily. So on the camera it looks the colour that I would think it'd be. In front of me it looks more... It's amazing how I mean, it looks... From this side it looks like a hazy golden orangey colour, but on there it looks like a normal bitter. So we'll go with that side. Cracking day at work. Did the farmer's driveway that my boss pays them. So we share a driveway with the farmers, and a lot of vehicles as well that go into their yard. And my boss paid them to put the chip-ins down before Christmas. What did he do? Chipped his own side, left our side. So our side, the potholes are ridiculous, breaking people's cars. So we've put 2 ton down today, chucked it down and it kicked off. But it's a funny bugger anyway, so one of these that wants to control people. And any time there's a slight moment for an issue, you know, it's obviously a bit of a drama queen. There's a lovely fruity nose on this for something that's the best bitter. Yeah, delicious fruity nose. Let's dive in. Cheers. I've got to wipe first. I did loads of planting, and today I've come home, sorting out my decking. Took my bar down, dismantled the bar. We never really used it anyway, so it's all dismantled and all the wood's there now, ready to... But I've got to shore up the garden with having a new dog. She's a bloody swine for finding holes. And, yeah. So I'm having to repair the decking, look for holes, sort the holes out in the fence panels and anything where there's a hole, basically. And then also clean it. And then change the electrics, rewire 2 floodlights that we had. Well, one LED, these blooming LED floodlights, they're a bit of a pain in the backside. They're the ones you buy from B&M. Bloody crap, they don't last that long at all. So I actually put one of my old ones back up and yeah, got 2 floodlights back up now. So just when she goes round the bin side of things, so at least it lights up. Plus, and if anybody's out and about at night, late at night, thinking they can rob us, you know, they'll be well lit. So yeah, getting a fruitiness, very different bitter, very different. With bitter, it's normally malty, but this is like a modern interpretation. Sweet and zesty on the palate, yeah. I mean, it's doing what it says. Obviously, Cornish Bitter is slightly more modern than a lot of bitters. It's amazing the interpretation that breweries have. Rightly or wrongly, I mean, who am I? I'm just somebody drinking the beer. It tastes nice to me. It's just funny that it's called a bitter. I've had many a bitter in my time, and yeah. Oh, by Jove, need this. It feels nice to get working on the decking as well. We had some work done in the house. We had a new kitchen put in last year, and it buggered our electrics up to the decking. So now I'm going to change some things around that I've done and run some electrics to the decking. But then also do the same in the garden, change it around a bit. I really need to put in a double adapter, I reckon. Yeah. So put a double adapter outside on the seating area. Yes, I've got plans in place. Yes, it's funny how all of a sudden you get this brainwave of something that you're going to do, and yeah. Yeah, I'm sure I'll sort it out one way or the other. But on the electrics the other way around the garden and do it that way. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, the things you think of it. You know, when you sat down and So I mean, Harbour Brewing Company. Used to see a lot of their beers in supermarkets. Predominantly Asda at one stage, and it just seemed to have died a death over the years. I can't honestly remember what's in Asda at the moment. I've kind of fell out with Asda because at Christmas they treated us really poorly, and we were in the queue, done the bloody self-scan thing, got right to the bloody queue, the tills. Last thing we scanned, all of a sudden the scan had a funky. The woman says, "I'm sorry, I can't do anything. You're going to have to queue in a normal till, and we'll take a bit of money off." We're like, "But we don't want money taken off. We just wanted to go. That's why we use your bloody self-scans." Now, we stood next to where the self-scans are. She was telling people to come to us with baskets and even little trolleys. "Oh, come in, I'll scan you." And it's like, you're taking the piss. You just told us to fuck off out the queue. We could have re-scanned everything in a matter of a minute or two. So we're standing for half an hour in a queue. I tell you what, we're fucking fuming about it. Pardon my French. And got there and she come across, but you could tell both of us were fucking livid. And the people behind us, we were saying to them what had happened, and they were disgusted as well. And they had about 10 items, but we'd already put our stuff. We weren't giving anybody. We'd already queued once, and it totally put me off Asda. I won't spend any money there now. Sodom. Yeah, it's crap anyway. I mean, overpriced. This thing where they used to be the cheap supermarket, I don't know where they get that from. Every time we've gone in Asda, even before COVID and bloody cost of living, it's always been more expensive. I'd love to know where these supermarkets make out they're the cheapest. The funny thing is, it looks like Sainsbury's rather are the cheapest now, with Tesco's not far behind. Which is really surprising because Sainsbury's were really expensive at one stage. So yeah, this is a strange one. I'm at odds with this because there's a bitter back end on there, but it's more zesty and more fruity than an interpretation of bitter that I know. Obviously, it's Cornish bitter. It may well be different in Cornwall than it is anywhere else, but yeah, it's certainly different is the word I'll use. I mean, I'm not slagging it off, but it's just very different. Yeah, different. Can't get over the zestiness. I mean, I've had craft beer interpretations of best bitter. They've been somewhat different. And is it me these days, or is the beer world, you know, the styles of beer rather, that it's so muddled now and intermingled that it's very difficult with beer styles, you know. I think the place where you get the beer styles is actually homebrew now. Homebrew seems to be the base. If you want a certain thing a certain way, then homebrew is the way. It may just be that Cornwall's got a different style of best bitter. I don't find this as a drink I can wallop. I'm having to take so much and then stop because the bitterness is actually quite potent in some ways. Not potent in a nasty way, but quite overwhelming. It's a different beer. I'd like to know if anybody else has had this and their thoughts on it. Especially if it's not, you know, if like me, you're like, but this is a bitter. And I mean, it's certainly bitter and it's Cornish bitter. So it does what it says on the bottle. It's just different to my interpretation. So, would I drink it again? Possibly not. No. Not a beer that, you know, it's one of those beers that I've had it once, I'm done, I'm good. Out of 5. For me, it delivered exactly what it says. It's zesty, it's bitter. But not quite for me, unfortunately. I'm going to give it a 3.8 out of 5 for this one. So it's still a decent beer, just not for me. Cheers, on. It's bloody